Yo, what's going on, guys? It's TDG on EGTV, and we're here with my boy. You already know what it is. How you doing?
Oh yeah, now my people is your guy, the Niger Englishman, your dark-skinned Dan from the motherland. Y'all already know. We're about to chop it up on this Monday afternoon. I'm ready. You know me.
There you go. There you go. I'm off, so I'm gonna have a lot of time to do a lot more content with the boys. But I'm definitely gonna try to get you guys more involved. There's a lot to discuss today. There is so much to discuss. But before we go any further, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you're watching on the playback, let me know where you think Gabriel Jesus is gonna end up. Chelsea, Arsenal, somewhere else. Let me know. Live in the video right now, we have a poll, a vote in the poll. Let us know where you think he's going to end up. If you guys want to jump on the stream, let me know. We can try to get you guys in the stream, in and out of the stream, get some of you guys in and out, jumping in and out throughout the video. And also, let me know whatever questions you want to throw in. I see Gunner King wants to jump on. Gunner King, you know what I'm going to do?
Big up, my guy.
I'm going to send that to you right now. Just message me, King. Let me see. I have him on thing. Also, let me know where you're watching. Let me know where you're watching from anywhere in the world. Let me know where you're watching from right now. For some reason, I'm getting a feedback. What is that noise? But yeah, people, if you guys are from my Twitter space, shout out to the Twitter gang. Big up to the Twitter gang. If you're watching from TikTok, shout out to you guys watching from TikTok. I forgot to go live on TikTok anyways. So let's go live on TikTok also while we're here. But yo, chat to me, man. How you feeling?
I'm good, man. Big up my Niger fans. We just went 1-0 up in our AFCON qualifiers. Osimhen again, the guy that every Arsenal fan has been excited about to come to the club. So Nigeria 1-0 up. Other than that, I'm good, bro. It's public holiday over in Lagos here, so no work today, man. I'm good. I'm with you, mate. I'm with you.
There you go. It's public holidays a lot of places, but I'm on vacation. I'm off until Thursday, so I got no work until Thursday, and I'm still getting paid, so it's a good time. I might be doing more videos. Who knows? I might be doing a lot more transfer videos. But the first things first, where should we begin, my guy? Is there anywhere else to begin?
Bro, there's only one place.
There's only one place to begin. We're going to have to go to Manchester, and we're not going to the red half of Manchester. We're going to the blue half of Manchester. So let's talk about it. You guys are going to say this is the Arsenal channel. Why are you talking about it? But you want to know something? Yes, we are an Arsenal channel, but there's a lot to discuss when it comes to transfers. That you have to talk about.
We're football fans first, mate. We're football fans
what's good,
first. You know what I mean?
What's good, man?
Hi, Ghana, you know. Big up.
Big up. I think.
Sorry, man. I'm trying to turn my thing around, man. Give me just a second.
Just sideways, and then you're good.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
A classic jersey you got on there, Gunner.
There you
go.
Know,
man.
Yeah. Big up to the people in the chat.
Why isn't it turning around?
No, just because you have the lock on it. You have the lock on it.
Let me go and come back and change it if you want.
Okay. People in the chat, let me know whatever you want to discuss. We're going to be talking about Asensio also. We're going to be talking about Erling Haaland. We're going to be talking about all those things. But before we go any further, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's just get straight into it right now. 4 minutes in, we're going to start talking about the actual discussion. But yeah, here we go. Erling Haaland. It's time to discuss Erling Haaland.
Just as a caveat to segue into that Erling Haaland, there was a debate, and I don't know, I'm sure you have football group chats just like I do. There was a lot of debate in the football group chats this morning that Pep doesn't work well with number 9s. First of all, what do you think about that statement?
That's ridiculous.
Actual number 9s.
Listen, Pep Guardiola gets one of the best strikers in world football. It's gonna work. It's gonna freaking work. It doesn't. Especially he himself said he's gonna make it. He's gonna make it work. So I don't think this is an issue. Forget about the whole Zlatan, all that stuff. Yo, this deal going through is massive for the Premier League. Massive for the Premier League. This is massive for Manchester City. This is massive for every team who watches the Premier League, because Man City have not had a striker for a couple of years now. I'm just going to mute you, Gunner King, just so you can unmute whenever you need to speak. But people, do smash that like button. Oh, it's covering our faces, so we got to adjust that. Do smash that like button. Do hit that subscribe button. But we got to discuss a lot of stuff today when it comes to this Arsenal news. But first things first, Erling Haaland going to Manchester City. Did you guys see that announcement video? The announcement video was kind of I don't know. What do you guys rate the announcement video out of 10? Because I'll show it to you guys right now what it looked like. But it was like, I don't know what I rated out of 10 personally. Let me show you guys. Let me show you guys what the announcement video looked like. Oh, don't want to get copyrighted. But here we go. Can you guys see it? Let's run it quickly.
No.
Got it. So it was a picture of Erling Haaland and then him actually doing it. And he had the bucket and everything. And then they said, welcome to Manchester City. And then he holds the picture up and does that. You know what? I rate it a 7. I thought they could have done better. What about you guys?
To be honest, maybe Gunner's better at judging this one. For me, I don't really give a damn about how they announce the guy. Just announce the guy, especially when it comes to that. It's the whole part of the social media era. So in terms of showing an old picture the same way as he is right now, it's a good little touch, obviously, because his dad was a former Man City captain at one point as well. So it's a good touch, but I don't really have a score, to be honest. I'm indifferent.
Boom. Gunner King, do you care? Or are you kind of like
yeah? I mean, I'm gonna rate that 8 out of 10, man. I used to obviously, watch his dad play for Man City. Obviously, when Roy Keane did a number on him, ended his career. Well, it wasn't good, but I think it's a nice touch, like just to show like the past and then the present, like just the here and now thing. I'm excited to see him in the league. Obviously, it's annoying that we're supposed to be competing with the likes of City, and they're making world-class additions like this. But from a neutral perspective, it's great to see him in the Prem. I can't wait to see what he does in it.
Yeah. So Erling Haaland is going to be the guy to come into the Premier League next season. And with this, there's a lot of ramifications. Liverpool now have to do retaliation signing. And you have, or they're going to have that number 9 in Gabriel Jesus possibly losing his shirt number. Could that mean that he's now moving away from Arsenal? And where could he end up? And there's just so many different talking points. But before we go into that, let's discuss Haaland for a second. Do you think Haaland could get the golden boot and smash the goal record and just be an outstanding signing for them? Because I definitely do think, and we got some super chats here, some comments here saying, Man City are conquering officials. Haaland is the face of the Premier League. He could be the face of the Premier League. Igal, the real king, though. Big up to you, Ari. Ari saying he's over the moon over the signing of Haaland. This is amazing. Center forward. Profit question mark. This Haaland deal is not 51 million. This Haaland deal was 51 million, but his wages is ridiculous. Smash the like button, people. Haaland is the best striker in the Premier League, Premiership. He might be better than Henry. I'm worried. I don't think so, Mohammed. You don't have to worry yet. We'll have to see how long he stays in the Premier League.
Musa.
Look, there's been a lot of people. You see this new generation of fans. They are so quick. Their recency bias is mad. Like, don't bring Henry into conversations like this just yet. My guy's not even played 1 minute in the Premier League, and you're talking about Thierry. Relax. Don't put that pressure on the boy. But with that being said, what a signing. What an absolute signing, because he's the hottest prospect in Europe right now, 100%. Like, regardless of all the other links of other players, he is the hottest thing. He's the guy that was on if you want a 9, he's the guy on everyone's lips. Erling Haaland. He is the guy. He's the complete forward, height, pace, power. He's got everything. There's a little bit of issues about some of his fitness, but overall, I don't think he's going to get the golden boot in his first season, but he'll definitely get it in his time at Man City, 100%. And if you like, especially going to a Pep team, it's very rare in a Pep team that you hit the ground running, because he's kind of been a main man kind of at Dortmund to be one of many at City. And it takes like at least 6 months to integrate into the Pep way of playing. But the following season, I can see him doing bits. But this first season, he'll do well. He'll do enough to justify him coming, but he won't win the golden boot or anything like that.
Okay, so just so you guys know, Liverpool tried to match Man City's ambitions by also doing a crazy signing. They got the deal. They got the deal of Nunes over the line. Now, we were linked to Nunes, guys. If you guys remember, we were heavily linked to Nunes over here at Arsenal. but it looks like that deal has now gone to dead. But this is now the situation in the Premier League. Two teams that did not really have traditional strikers this past season were at the top of the table dominating, but now those two teams have strikers. You got Pep with Haaland, and you got Klopp with Nunes. What are we saying, people? What do we think it is?
This is the thing that I said. I mean, Nigel, obviously, from our channel, has heard me speak about Nunes since before the season started. I've been, saying to keep an eye on him since, so we spoke about a lot about bringing him to Arsenal. I've often said, right, Pep, I feel, and Klopp have broken so many conventions in football. One of the biggest chance creators at Liverpool and in the league is a right back. That's unheard of. It's unprecedented. With Pep as well, not playing with a main striker, playing with false nines. He brought the false nine prominence that he made popular and effective at Barcelona to England. But I just think there's some conventions you can't break, in my opinion. And having someone that knows where the goal is, that can put the ball in the back of the net, that's going to give you 20 goals a season from in the centre, as a old-fashioned kind of total number 9 or centre forward. For me, maybe I'm a bit biased because that's the position I play in real life, but that's a convention you don't break. And I think both teams make that realisation now that it's important, and it's good to see that they've bought 2 solid forwards in. I know a lot is being said about Nunes. He's only had one major breakout season with Benfica, but the numbers speak for themselves, man. And the Portuguese league is coming up fast. You look at what he did in the Champions League as well against Liverpool, amongst other top teams. They got a top player there. They've got a top player there. And if anyone's going to get the best out of him, it's someone like Jurgen Klopp, for sure.
And Igor, just to add on to what Gunnar King was saying, like if one thing that we know for a fact in Klopp's time, whether at Dortmund or at Liverpool, is his recruitment team are quality, isn't it? So if Liverpool are going to commit 80 million euros or whatever they're calling, 100 million for the whole deal, whatever, they're not committing that sort of money if Klopp doesn't have a proper plan. And we've seen him do it with multiple strikers in the past. Just like I'll admit, just like Gunnar said, I didn't know much about Nunes until Gunnar King put me on. I'll be honest. Last season, I did some checking. It wasn't just the YouTube thing. I actually watched him play 90 minutes of football multiple times last season. And he's a baller. Yeah, his first touch might not be the best, and his hold-up play currently might not be seen as the best. But if you look at his previous season, he does have decent hold-up play, and players tend to develop under Klopp, and he's at a good age where he's still got a lot of ceiling to grow. But this might make a lot of Liverpool fans mad. I said it on saying LFC TV yesterday, and I'll say it again. And I'll keep saying it until Klopp changes my mind. Remember where you heard it first on EGTV? Klopp will not win another Premier League title at Liverpool. Remember where you heard it first.
What?
I've said it.
How can you just make that statement without like?
Oh, do you want more context? I can give it to you. So okay, so the reason is because Pep is just superior. When it's time to push comes to shove, Pep City just put an incredible. What? Huh? You hear me?
No, your internet saved you for a second from saying another howler. Anyways, continue.
Bro, it's not a howler, bro. It can't be a howler until Klopp wins the Premier League, bro. Four out of the last 5 Premier League titles have been whose? Pep's,
what I will say though, 4 strikers. Yeah, Lewandowski, when they brought him at Dortmund the first time, they bought him for like 4 or 5 million. No one knew who he was, and without Klopp, Lewandowski is not the striker he is today.
For sure.
Period. Yeah, you look at Mane and Salah when they came. You look at Firmino, wasn't even a false 9. Firmino was playing as a 10 for Wolfsburg. He wasn't even playing in that mold. So I'm looking at what he's done with these guys, and I'm thinking Lewandowski's profile at that age, because it was a similar sort of age, was very similar
Gunnar, I'm hearing you, but check this out. Klopp's never had to build two
let me just stop you guys there.
Okay, yeah, sorry,
who will win the Premier League next season?
City.
I think City will.
You think City will? And who will be the better striker next season between these two?
Haaland, but it won't be by a lot. End the second season will determine that question better, but I think Haaland but it definitely won't be by a lot. But
yeah, I feel like Haaland will adjust slightly quicker because, you know, obviously he lived in England when he was a kid. He speaks English. You know, he's a bit more immersed in the culture of English football here. I think these things put him at an advantage when you consider him having to acclimatise to a new league. He's obviously got that to his advantage, and I also think that City's team needs less done to it. You know, like I think now looking at them, a backup centre mid to replace for Fernandinho, maybe another fullback, and when you look at the first 11 squad, it's a squad that's been together slightly longer than Liverpool's. Whereas, like, Liverpool have made more of the important additions to their first team more recently. And I feel they've got a bit more to do to their first team. I think they need another centre mid. And I think they need a backup right back. You know, Kanai, and he's been there a season. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Let me just stop you guys there for a second. The number 9 shirt will be going to Haaland. But who currently is wearing the number 9 shirt at Man City?
Gabriel Jesus.
Gabriel Jesus, yes. So Gabriel Jesus will now have to leave to make that vacant number 9 shirt available. So how is this going to happen? You might ask. How is this going to happen? Where could he end up going? Could he end up at Arsenal? Could he end up at Chelsea? So this is the situation right here. Haaland's shirt number will be available once a squad number is confirmed due course. Right now, the squad numbers are not confirmed. The person who occupies it is Gabriel Jesus, and this is directly from the Man City statement that they did when they released the player. So his squad number has not yet been announced. So people who are buying number 9 Haaland shirts, they don't know if he's going to wear the number 9 until Gabriel Jesus ends up leaving. But at this moment in time, I personally believe it will be a situation where Gabriel Jesus does leave, right? Now, where will he end up? That is the next question we have to ask ourselves. Could it be at Arsenal? Could it be at Chelsea? Because these are the two clubs that are heavily, heavily linked right now to Gabriel Jesus. It is Chelsea and Arsenal. Where do you see Gabriel Jesus heading next season? Do you see him at Chelsea or do you see him at Arsenal? That is a question I have to ask everybody in the chat. And that is a poll question for today's show. So let me know, guys. Where do you think he'll end up next season? Chelsea, Arsenal, or another club?
He's going to Arsenal, guys. He's going to, and I think the only reason why they're delaying this whole thing is because of what's happening with Nketiah. Like, I just think that's what's delaying the announcement. Like, Eddie just needs to finalize his answer. Are you saying or are you going? I think that's when the Scamacca link started to creep in because of the Nketiah thing. Because I think Arteta realizes we need some balance. So that's why he's gone in for Scamacca. But I think Jesus is definitely going to get announced. I see Jesus and Tielemans both being announced by the end of next week, personally. And I reckon Nketiah will be announced as well, whatever he's doing, whether he's staying or going or whatever.
But okay, Gunnar, can you about yourself?
Yeah, I'm 90% sure he's coming Arsenal. And look, as I was saying on your space earlier, you know, this isn't like, you know, Chelsea have Champions League football. They've got that feather in their bow. And yes, players do want to play in the Champions League. But this is a guy who played second fiddle to Aguero, that when Aguero left, played second fiddle to players that aren't even strikers. And the thing is, Chelsea don't have that patience with players. You know, Lukaku, when he came back from injury, 2-3 games, he wasn't playing. They got him straight off the pot. And what did they do? Made him play second fiddle to guys that aren't even strikers. Sound familiar? For me, personally, I think Jesus is going to want to work with people he can trust. Yeah. So when Chelsea say, yes, we will give you a first team place, you will be assured of first team football. What guarantee has he got of that? A manager he's never worked with, he's got no track record with. Yeah. And as I said, with us, he's got a manager he's worked with in Arteta, who worked a lot with him, coaching him. You've got Edu in our technical direction, a fellow compatriot, Brazilian. You got Gabriel, Martinelli, Mangales, Marquinhos is done as well, so that's going to get announced.
Is
So
his
there
name
you got
Gabriel
like,
also?
huh?
Is his name Gabriel
Wait,
also? There was a
don't
comment.
tell me it is.
I'm not sure what it is, man.
That'll
But
be
but
joke.
yeah, like I think what you're seeing there is a growing kind of Brazilian contingent, and I think what he's going to feel is there's a lot more. Like, yes, Arsenal don't have Champions League football, but they've got a lot of young players. I'm going to come in as a 25, 26-year-old. I'm more experienced than your average player, and I've won more winners' medals than everyone combined at this club at the moment. So there is a lot more assurances I think Jesus should feel about getting regular minutes. And as I said as well, look, the World Cup is in November. Players, yeah, no one can tell me that if you offered a player a choice of playing in the Champions League or playing in the World Cup, that they're choosing the Champions League. Yeah. So if he was to go Chelsea, not get the game time, or for not work out and for it to affect his World Cup place, I don't think that's something he's willing to entertain. Otherwise, he would have just stayed at City.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
And on top of that, does anyone actually know the project at Chelsea right now? Like, what is the project? Do you get what I'm saying? And at least with Arsenal, he knows the project, he knows the manager, he knows he's going to be the main man. So it makes more sense to come to us personally, especially in the year, like Gunnar was saying.
Boom. Let me just mute Gunnar. Let me bring in fellow what is that? Compatriots does not mean much with Edu. Edu missed out on Gamarash. No, Bruno Gamarash. This dude needs to move on if he has another shambolic window, release clause, and free agents. What?
I don't know what that means either.
Oracle, honestly, thank you for the super chat, my Canadian brother. Big up to you. But I just need a little bit more clarification on what you mean, because this dude needs to move on.
Oh, okay. I get it. So fellow compatriot.
So you're talking about Edu needs to move on, but the window release clause and free agent part is the part that I don't get. Arsenal need to bring back
Basically,
William.
they need to move on Edu if he has another shambolic window.
Yeah, no, I don't think we're gonna move on Edu. But yeah, one second. Let me just yo, M, what are you saying?
No, I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm chilling. Where do you think he's gonna end up? Because with the hint that with the hint that he said he's going to most likely leave, he said that he's most likely gonna leave Man City, and he could end up at Chelsea or Arsenal in the coming days. Do you think Gabriel Jesus now, this opens up the opportunity for him to go to Man City, from Man City to Chelsea because of Champions League football, or do you think he's still going to pick Arsenal at this moment in time?
I think Champions League football is a big factor. The fact that Tottenham and Chelsea have it and we don't, I think that might sway his head to be like, you know what, I'm going to play Champions League football. I think he could even start at Chelsea, because Chelsea, with their striker situation and everything. So I see him ending up at somewhere like Chelsea, to be honest.
Okay.
Are you an Arsenal fan?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
So why don't you think we've got enough pull to bring him to the club?
I think we're too slow, bro. I just think we're too slow, and I don't think we're reactive, to be honest.
I actually think we've got it agreed and we just haven't announced it, if I'm being honest.
Same here, bro. I don't know why I have that feeling too, bro.
Okay, people in the comment section, let me know right now. Where do you think Gabriel Jesus' next landing spot will be next season? Because at this moment in time, the Haaland situation has changed the game. And also, just so we can get back to Haaland quickly, Gabriel Jesus was told that Haaland was coming in, Alvarez is coming in, so no matter what, he's going somewhere. The only thing that I'm saying is it makes no sense for him not to come to Arsenal. If he comes to Arsenal, he's starting. This picture is terrible, by the way. I'm just going to remove it. He's going to be starting. He's going to be wearing that number 9 shirt. He's going to be coming into a team where he can guarantee playing time. Is the only issue that the number 9 for Brazil will be playing in the Europa League? Is that something that matters to him?
If he's banging in goals, he's banging in goals, bro.
I mean, look, Gabriel's been picked for Brazil a number of times last season, and he wasn't playing any European football. Think of all the great defenders that Brazil have got at the moment. David Luiz was still getting picked when we were in the Europa League. Do you know what I mean? Martinelli's been called up now as well. Like, yeah, okay. Like, obviously, it's gonna. I'm not saying it wouldn't benefit you as a player to be playing Champions League football. Yeah, but let's not forget the Premier League is the best league in the world by some distance. You know, like, and it's the most watched league outside of its country in the world. People are going to know who you are when you play for Arsenal. We're the third biggest club in England. You know, minions. All right, we're not at our best at the moment. Yeah, but playing football for this football club puts you on the world stage. It catapults you. Think of all the great players that have played for us, past and present. Yeah, like, we're not no small club, man. Like, this notion that you have to play Champions League football to get into Brazil's first team. I'm not here for it. Not if you're playing in the Premier League. Even if you're not, if you're good enough, you're getting picked. That's the way TE is, their manager. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's a be all and end all of getting selected.
There's a lot of people who are saying Gabriel Jesus to Chelsea is a heavy realistic option, and we are more or less dismissing it for no reason. We should be more fearful of the possibility that he would end up at Chelsea than he would Arsenal. Because if we do drag our feet on this deal, guys, if we do drag our feet, he could replace Lukaku, and he could.
That's what I'm scared of, Miguel.
I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm not saying he's going to go to Chelsea, but do we really have to worry that we could mess this up so bad that he ends up in our London rivals?
No, but look, there is a little bit of worry because look, it's in London as well. Chelsea are in the Champions League, and you can tell Lukaku doesn't really have much of a future there, so they're looking for a new nine. So what he's got to weigh up is what is the new project with these new owners in, because nobody really knows right now. They're kind of going into the unknown. With Arsenal, there's at least it's in London. There's a manager that he knows and trusts because the trust was built before the end of the season. He built that trust in Arteta. Like, look, Arteta's clearly showed that he wants him to be his main man, not his guy that comes in, his main man. And on top of that, there is a big Brazilian contingent there. You saw him catching jokes with Gabriel Martinelli, all that sort of stuff. So,
Gunnar King, let me just stop you there. People, we have 119 of you guys in the chat. I know you guys are watching this and you're listening. Do me a favor. Take a moment, either comment, let us know where you think he's going to go. And on top of that, hit that like button. It's absolutely free. We have less than 20% of you guys hitting that like button. That's not good numbers. You can help me out a lot by hitting that like button. It's absolutely free. Come on, we're giving you guys free entertainment and you're not even hitting that like button. What are you doing? Let's get it. Anyways, before we go any further, Gabriel Jesus, I'm not going to lie to you. I am not fearful that Chelsea's going to sign him because of the opportunities that they have. I'm not fearful of the Champions League situation. I'm only fearful that they will be able to persuade him because they are in a better situation than us as a club.
But could I just say one thing as well? Right, the other thing that we're not factoring in here is for his specified role and position. Lukaku is one example, of a player that they brought in that they've had but twice. It didn't work with him twice. Yeah, we go all the way back to Shevchenko, Adrian Mutu. Yeah, these kind of players, Torres. Yeah, Chelsea's track record of bringing in strikers, giving patience and time with them, and developing them, and them realizing their full potential. Drogba, Costa, name me any others that have in the last. I'll wait.
I think
wait. Yeah. So if you're telling me that's not having any bearing on Jesus's decision, right? If he's not looking at, because I did it the other day. I made a TikTok post. The Chelsea fan came at me, laughing. I made a post. I named all the strikers that they had signed, since the mid '90s, even before Abramovich was there. There was flops everywhere. Yeah. So I mean, you're talking 2-3 decades of throwing money at striker problems and not solving them. And the thing is, the culture at Chelsea is there's no patience in the fan base. When they've lived under the era of Roman, where managers will get sacked a season after they've won major trophies, where players are benched. You hear about how some of them talk about Mason Mount. They don't deserve nice things. Do you know what I mean? Like some of them, he misses a penalty, all of a sudden he's the worst thing since sliced bread to him. For me, I just think Jesus is going to look at that and think a lot of that aligns with the culture at City I'm trying to get away from. Yeah. And these things, they do have the capacity to outweigh Champions League football. A lot of people are just like, they got Champions League football, you don't. Black and white ain't coming to you. But I can tell you, players don't think like this. They don't. They think of the bigger picture, especially when they're leaving somewhere where ignoring the bigger picture cost them. And that's exactly what has happened with him at City.
Let's just go to some of the comments quickly because we haven't heard from some of the people. Let me know in the comment section what you think. People saying Sterling is better than Jesus. So that's are you a Chelsea fan? Let me know in the comment section.
He's a Chelsea fan, Andy. Yeah, big up Andy, man.
Gunnar King speaking facts, says my guy. Jesus is ahead of Firmino, even when Firmino starts every week. What? I'm so confused. Yeah, that is true. Gabriel Jesus is ahead of Firmino, even though Firmino starts week in, week out. Bissouma and Fofana to Arsenal. We're going to discuss Bissouma, but not Fofana. We've spent a lot of time on this topic, guys. People, do me a favor. Hit that like button right now. I can see you guys got me 50 likes. Big up to you guys. Let's get over 50 likes. Let's get to 100 likes. Come on.
Let's do it.
Nigerian Englishmen speak facts. You see, we got some support to you guys. Some people even supporting you. It looks like Cedric holding El Neni, Tavares.
He said even.
Big up my Nigerian viewers. 3-0 up right now at half time. Yeah?
Lukaku does not make. Lukaku does not move. What? Doesn't move. He does. What? I'm so confused.
Lukaku doesn't move.
Oh, he's saying if Lukaku doesn't move, Gabriel Jesus doesn't come, basically, to Chelsea. Am I right? Yeah, that
might be the case. Yeah,
definite, but
that is 100% anyway. Some people are saying Sterling's not that good. Some people are saying good panel today. Okay, so moving just before we move on from this portion of the show, finally, let's just talk about this. The merry-go-round that could be in the Premier League. We could become Gabriel Jesus. We could be Gabriel FC. We could literally become Gabriel FC.
Literally. Now, what's Marquinhos' first name? Can someone tell me in the comments, please? Because if he's Gabriel as well, then it's a madness.
Nah. I don't think his name is Gabriel also, but we'll have to wait and see. But what do you guys think?
I already like the look of it. I can't lie, man.
We got three Brazilians coming in. It's gonna look nice. People are saying.
I think Martinelli is going to do him the world of good if we do win the race to get Jesus as well for his own kind of player development. Do you know what I mean? These youngsters need a bit of guidance, a bit of experience, senior kind of leadership, man. So that's the partnership I'm most excited for.
Okay.
And literally, Jesus comes to Arsenal like a Baba Don Dada, coming in with how many Premier League titles, domestic cups. Like, he can stunt on a lot of the changing room. So he's going to come to a family where he's loved and respected. At Chelsea, it's not the same situation as well, just to add.
Okay, so Arsenal and Real Madrid have worked with each other on numerous occasions in the past. This just seems like another one of those occasions where we could get a deal done between each other's clubs. Okay, this deal right here, if you guys don't know, has been spoken about quite a bit, right? So we're just gonna
January even, to be honest.
We're just gonna shift away slightly from the Gabriel Jesus talk. Stick right with us. We're not going nowhere. The next conversation is Marcus Asensio. People are saying, please talk about Asensio. You've gotten your wish come true, Carlos. Right? We're going to talk about Asensio right now. The Asensio deal is this. Arsenal are starting to garner heavy interest in Asensio. The situation is Asensio is a possibility. This window, he's available for around, 17 million pounds. Okay? 17 million pounds. Not that much money. And Real Madrid are offering him away to plenty of clubs. Now, this is what the article says. According to reports, Asensio has been offered a new contract by the European champions. He has 1 year left, and he has not agreed yet. They are also currently offering the player to other teams. Asensio to Arsenal has gathered some pace. They're saying this deal is not the first time we've heard about Asensio to Arsenal. We've heard about Asensio to Arsenal a couple weeks ago, and we heard about it literally a month ago also. So the situation with Asensio could be possible. But my question to everybody is he the right player? Is he the type of player that we need? Or are you guys just saying we need so much quality that you'll take anybody at this moment in time? Because I don't think Asensio has had the best time in his career at this moment in time. He's been struggling, to say the least. And to come to Arsenal at this moment in time when he's been struggling, he is a level of quality that we don't have. I don't know if he's a level raiser yet. He has had a bad injury history over the last couple of days. And Man United are linked to him. Arsenal are linked to him. He's also linked to other moves abroad, like in Italy and stuff like that. But Marco Asensio right now is the guy that we're going to discuss. Let me know in the comment section, would you take him or would you not take him in the chat? But yeah, I'm going to go to you guys first. What are we saying? Asensio. Big up Aslan in the chat also. I'll go to you, M. M, you go first. Asensio, are you taking Asensio?
I wouldn't take him, to be fair. As you said, he's struggling at Real Madrid. I don't think Real Madrid have anyone on that right-hand side. That's why they're looking at Gnabry and other players like that. So if I would go for a winger, it's Gnabry. That's who I would sign. But this guy, nah, a no for me.
Okay, just to let you guys know, Asensio played 31 games last season. So he was available a lot of those games. And the season prior to that, he played 35. It was the 19-18 season where he only played 9 games. So he's been quite fit the last 2 seasons, even though we haven't.
Has he been good though?
When you say good, I don't watch the performances for Real Madrid that he's played. Like, I don't watch him week in, week out. All I know is in the Champions League final, when it mattered the most, he was not starting. It was Valverde.
Yeah,
I mean, look,
I think Valverde plays in midfield, to be fair.
So yeah,
no, Valverde plays on the right and in midfield.
All right, go ahead. King, give me your verdict before we go to the before we go to comments, because we got a bunch of comments.
I would take him personally for 17 million. Like, it's more the economic factor of it. You've obviously debunked with the appearance numbers for the last 2 seasons. He has played. For 17 million, you're bringing in someone with Champions League experience, top level experience at international level. That's something beyond the technical ability that he has, that this squad needs ASAP. Like, in terms of just raising the floor of experience is vital in this window. And if you can do that for 17 million with a player of Asensio's quality who can play across the line, he can play as an advanced 8 in central midfield and a false 9. You've also got a player that can cover a number of positions. The last part I will say, no one was raving the home about Odegaard. He was at Real Madrid. He wasn't getting a look in at Real Madrid. Just because you're not getting a look in at Real Madrid doesn't mean that you can't go to another team and be a player of real quality. And guess what? Odegaard proved that. I got loads of Man United fans saying they wish they had Odegaard instead of Bruno. It just goes to show, like, one person's trash can be another person's treasure. Real Madrid, their buying culture is similar with Chelsea, PSG, and City, where if you fall off for a minute, they'll just replace you with another £100 million player. All of a sudden, people forget what you can do. I think
let me just stop you there. Let me just stop you there, Nigerian Englishman. Let me just go to some.
It's a great opportunity, man. I think.
Saying, big up, AK in the house saying, big up the panelists. People acting like Asensio wouldn't be an upgrade. Those, I'm not lying. He definitely could do a Kulusevski at Spurs.
Bro, he's better than Kulusevski, bro. He's
done more than Kulusevski with his career already. Way more. If you're asking me to compare them overall as players, Asensio is clear. Like,
Iga, would you take Isco? I would take Isco at I would take Isco at Arsenal, but I don't think we need him. That is the thing. I would take the player because he's a quality player, but I don't think we need him. I think he'd be a bench option at this moment in time. He wouldn't start.
2 years ago, for sure, I would have taken Isco, but I think it's too late.
Would Isco start over ESR? Isco would start over ESR and thing right now.
Not now.
Maybe, but not for very long. not for very long. He's 29, 30, whereas Asenjo's got more age on his side.
You know what?
like
He's a talented player. He's an upgrade on what we have, but but his age and
his mentality now, motivation.
I don't know. I would question it. What?
He's won 5 Champions League sitting on the bench.
People are asking you don't rate Klopp? Why are they asking you?
Look. Nah, because they caught the comment about me saying Klopp won't win another Premier League with Liverpool. Look, I rate Klopp. Klopp is a very big manager, and I'm sure he'll win league titles and Champions Leagues elsewhere, but just not at Liverpool, bro.
What about this comment? Asensio yesterday for Spain was quality. He was quality yesterday for Spain, but I didn't watch him.
Asensio is a baller, bro. Like, let's not get it twisted. I'm hearing all this stuff in the comment section, guys. Let's not debate. He's a baller. Left foot, right foot, left wing, right wing.
How about this? Thumbs up or thumbs down right now? Let me know. What is it? Is it thumbs up or is it thumbs down? Because for me, I'm not gonna lie to you. Asensio as a Pepe replacement, he's an upgrade. He's an upgrade. So thumbs up. As a Pepe replacement,
we could sell Pepe for more than 17 million. As bad as he's been, do you know what I mean? We could probably get 20 to 25 million for Pepe.
Let me know, people in the chat right now. Thumbs up for or thumbs down for Asensio. Let me know. M, what are you saying? You said thumbs down, right?
Yeah, man. Nah, not for me.
Okay, not for you.
Pepe is better than him. Let's be honest.
Pepe is better than Asensio.
What?
Pepe is better than him.
No.
Yes, he is. Right now. I'm talking right now. Not their careers right now.
How much? No.
Have you been watching Pepe? I'm not talking about AFCON Nations Pepe.
I haven't been watching him because he hasn't been getting game time. Pepe is a quality player, man, on his day.
But Asenjo's got 31 games in a more competitive squad in Real Madrid this season, and he's not better than Pepe.
Okay, no. Interesting.
That's an interesting take there, Em. I can't lie. Like,
guys,
that's a howler for you, bro.
Guys,
Don't you not think Pepe's been underused this season, though?
Yes, but Asensio is better. Definitely, I agree with Pepe has been underused. But
I'm gonna run through some stories quickly. Have some patience, okay? So the first story is gonna be this is a weird one. It is a very weird one. We're just gonna run through them quickly, though, okay? So I just want Torreira, sell keeper loan, guys, quickly. Let me know. I'm selling.
So,
who?
So yeah.
Sell keeper loan,
Torreira. Sell. Yeah.
Sell, right? And everyone saying sell Torreira. Let me know. Everyone in the chat saying sell Torreira. Hello.
He doesn't want to stay in London as well. He's made it abundantly obvious.
There's been an update on Torreira, just to let you guys know. The update on Torreira is this. Fiorentina have offered 7 million for Torreira, which is half of the price which we've agreed a year ago. Arsenal are so furious with this that they haven't even responded to the offer. That is coming from Fiorentina.
What's with these Italian clubs, man? They keep taking the piss out of us now. It shouldn't happen now.
So we need to start making money off our players. The players that we're selling, we need to start making money. The amount of contracts we've terminated, it's like ridiculous.
Is this how a big club should move? Ignore the bullshit.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. You can't take a player on loan. We know how options work. You get an option to buy, an obligation to buy. Whether it's an option or an obligation, you agree a fee. Now, you agree a fee, that's it. There should be no negotiation on the fee after you've borrowed the player. Yeah, you can't come back and say, well, we agreed the fee, but now we're not paying the fee, but we'll pay that. No. And the thing is, if you agree to that as a club, right, what happens in the future when other clubs are negotiating with you, either for loans or purchases or sales? They remember that you got bent over in this occasion, and they think, all right, yeah, we'll try a little something. You can't be the people just think, just get rid of players. Don't worry, like the player's rubbish. He's not going to play for us. But you got to think of the longer term ramifications. If you stand for nothing, you will fall for anything. Yeah. And if you let Fiorentina do this, if you let them dictate the state of play by doing this, other clubs will take notice and you will become more of a pushover in the transfer market. And for the sake of one player and needing to get him off the books and raising a little €7 million, which is about £5.5 million, that ain't worth it. That
You know
ain't
what?
worth it.
I'm happy. I'm happy we're doing this.
Spot on.
I'm happy we're doing this. But yeah, everyone in the comment section wants to sell him, so this is great. We're all in agreement. We're all in agreement, right?
That's not me saying he's a bad player, but yeah, it's time to go.
And he played well for Fiorentina as well last season, so I don't know what they're on about. He was one of the most important players.
He's had a good season.
Just to let you guys know, there's another player that we wanted to sell, Pablo Mari. Now, I'm going to tell you guys the situation with Pablo Mari. But before we do that, people, let me know, would you sell, keep, or loan Pablo Mari? Some people told me Pablo Mari is better than Rob Holding. I think it was you, M. So
he is though.
This is ridiculous to me. I don't know. But would you sell or keep Pablo Mari? And if you would sell, you're going to be very interested in this next story, because this next story for Pablo Mari is an eye-opener. Some clubs, some big clubs in Italy are interested in Pablo Mari. Now,
who's interested in Holding?
I don't know what's going on in Italy. But over there in Italy, they seem to love our rejects. They literally must be in love with our rejects, because Juventus, all these clubs are after thing. Guess who's after Pablo Mari today, guys? AC Milan.
Yep.
Not only the 6-time Champions League winner, or 7-time, or however many times they've won it. AC Milan are now after Pablo Mari. Yes, AC Milan, guys. And this is coming from Milan Evening News. They reported that Pablo Mari is one of the names that they're looking to strengthen their title-winning side. To me, this sounds crazy. I didn't think Pablo Mari was that much in interest, but I would sell him. Aslan says, keep Mari. He's our best center back. He's
okay, that's too far. That is too far.
People saying keep Mari. He ain't offered what? He ain't.
If the offer ain't right.
Mari is what?
Too sluggish.
Okay. Mari is not better than Holding. I 100% agree. 100% agree. Sell Mari. Keep. He's better than the shit.
No, see the thing is, I think his style's more suited to the Italian style of football.
Exactly.
Yeah, he did well with Udinese, and I think, if you look at the average age by numbers of the whole league, it's a lot higher. They don't tend to have as many young players. So in terms of the speed and the intensity and the difference between the Prem and the Italian league, I guess that's why they like bringing over so many players from England that are affordable. You look at Tammy, struggled at Chelsea, goes to Roma, absolutely smashes it, So Torreira and Mari both had good loans.
Did Tammy really struggle at Chelsea, or he didn't really get given a chance?
It's a bit of both, isn't it? 6 and 1 dozen the other, but it doesn't surprise me. But I think we need to move Mari on. I would move Holding on as well. That's a different story.
Okay. Just to let you guys know, Guendouzi has been officially sold, by the way. Guendouzi has been officially sold. He has
that price tag is ridiculous, by the way.
That was.
Come on, 11 million.
Was sold for what?
11 million euros as well, not pounds. Sorry.
The fact that we got rid of him in particular, in general, is annoying. But the fact that we did
would you have kept Guendouzi, guys? Would you have kept Guendouzi?
Yeah,
all day long. Me and
Nigel don't see eye to eye on this.
We fall out about this all the time, man. But
we've had this out so many times, right?
We gotta do this quickly. People in the comment section, let me know. I'm not a fan of Guendouzi, bro. I think his attitude definitely might have been an issue. At times it was what I liked him for, and at times it was what let us down. Like he would give the other teams encouragement based off how he would act. And it would
I believe he wind the other team up, bro, and get them bookings and red cards.
But then he gets wound up himself.
So players get wound up. Wayne Rooney got wound up a hell of a lot of times. He's a record goal scorer for United and England, bro. What do you mean? If you know how to challenge a guy's aggression, you can get the best out of him. Arteta just not at the stage of his managerial career where he can handle that bigger personality. So fair enough, isn't it? He's better than Lokonga. He's 3 times better than Lokonga.
Just to let you guys know, this is how much. Oh, wrong one. Just to let you guys know, this is how much we're going to receive for Guendouzi. It's not a lot. It's not a lot. Fabrizio Romano has reported back a couple months ago that Arsenal have agreed they're going to receive 10 million euros for Guendouzi.
Bro, he's 3 times better than Lokonga, and we paid 17 million for my man.
The bigger picture, though, the bigger picture about, as I said, I've always said to Niger, right? Young players and good players, it's not mutually exclusive that they can be good technically, which I have no doubt. Guendouzi technically, as if I'm just judging him on football ability, he's a fantastic player, and I can see him going to the top of the game. But for me, that's not enough. Yeah, like you've got to have the right attitude, the right ethos. You can't have young players. And look, we couldn't even have our captain, Aubameyang. He did way more for Arsenal than what Guendouzi did. Turns up late for a North London derby, turns up late again. We can't have these ill-disciplined problems with a young squad, because what happens? They all start thinking they can be the same. You've got to protect the herd. You've got to protect the herd. You've got to protect the herd.
We don't have enough time to talk about Xhaka. Selling Guendouzi, he's a model, not a baller. Okay, let's talk about this. This right here, guys, I need you guys to just be quiet for 1 second, because this right here pissed off the entire Arsenal fan base on social media. Basically, Guendouzi said he's going to try to do whatever he can to keep Saliba at Marseille, and this right here has set a firestorm in Arsenal social media. Arsenal fans are irate that Guendouzi would say Saliba has Marseille in his hearts, and that he will come back to play next season. Because let's be honest, in the back of our minds, we were all very worried that we were going to lose Saliba this season. But this right here, is it as deep as what Sohan is saying, that Guendouzi is a rat trying to take Saliba from us? Or is he just doing what anybody would say? Personally, my thing is, I just think the guy hates Arsenal because of Arteta and the way he ended.
Yeah, look, he's going to have a vendetta, right? He's going to have an axe to grind. He left through a cloud of smoke through the back door. He's going to feel as if, with Guendouzi, I'm sorry, like all I ever see in him is it's someone else's fault. Like how everything ended up at Arsenal is Arteta's fault in his head. So in his head, this is his way of getting back at Arteta and getting back at Arsenal. Look, he had more than enough chances to adjust his attitude. He did. Well, let's see. He gripped Mopé by the throat. Yeah, he got let back into the team. He had a fight. He had a fight with Arteta in training. He got let back into the team. Had another fight with Arteta in training. Got sent on loan. Had fights with coaches at Berlin and players. One of their coaches got sacked. A new coach came, and he fell out with that coach as well. Look, you sent him on loan to get all of that out of your system.
Okay, great.
And he went on loan, and he continued that
Marseille,
on loan. So under Emery and at Marseille for the whole year, he did have issues with Emery as well.
What issues did he have under Emery, bro? Tell me about it.
With training and discipline issues on the pitch as well.
I never saw any stories them times, so you'd have to bring the receipts for me to know that. But what I would say about Guendouzi and what he said, I don't think anything of it at all, because at the end of the day, this shows me Marseille are desperate and Saliba is definitely staying at Arsenal. This is a desperation cry, like, Mathieu for last ditch try to get him back to the club. They've lost him, bro. This is what PK did when Neymar went to PSG. He was begging him to stay and all that stuff. Bro, I don't pay this any mind at all. Saliba's staying with us at least for the next few seasons. Guendouzi can go and lick his wounds. I love him as a player, and I believe I even said he's a captain in the making if you know how to manage him the right way. But boy, it is what it is, man.
Boom, people, we're going to get on to the next topic. But before we go any further, do me a favor, hit that like button right now. Let me know, who do you think Arsenal's first transfer signing of the window is going to be? Is it going to be Tielemans, or is it going to be Gabriel Jesus? And if you do think Gabriel Jesus is going to end up somewhere else, vote in the poll. Right now, the poll is still going. We have over 249 votes, and 53% of you guys think Gabriel Jesus will end up at Arsenal. So let's continue to do that, and don't forget to hit that like button. The next topic that we're going to discuss is none other than Youri Tielemans. Guys, Tielemans has been linked to Arsenal heavily. My question to you guys is, everyone, at this point, it doesn't matter if you want him or not. At this point, it's not about if you want him or not. It's not about if you've convinced that you're going to sign him or not. It looks like we're going to get this deal done. it looks like this deal is going to be one of the first deals that we get done. Does this deal excite you anymore, or are you now starting to get more excited that it's more and more likely to happen? Because this was not a deal that was getting people excited earlier. This was not a deal that was getting people excited. Youri Tielemans was somebody who was getting people excited when he did what he did against Chelsea a year ago. But since then, his stock has gotten down a lot. Are you still not excited about the signing, or are you feeling a little bit more optimistic about the signing now, guys? This is to you and the comment section, of course. Guys. What are you saying?
I'm excited that we've got a more attack-minded CM and Tielemans coming in, but again, I just think it's a calculated risk. Like, I still think because of the season he's just had, his stock has gone down. But I think after speaking to Gunnar King about it, we talked about, to be honest, kind of Leicester City players overall had quite a tough season. So So maybe that we'll take that into consideration. He's a baller with still a high ceiling.
Your thing. There's a lot of background noise. Go ahead.
All right, he's a baller, Premier League experience. He's won a trophy at Leicester as well, and he could be that transitional player that as soon as you get to the big leagues, your game raises with the players and the stature of the club around you. So I wouldn't say I'm excited, but I'm intrigued to see how it goes, man. I'm excited we're getting a player that does something different.
Boom. I'm just gonna read this quickly, and then we're gonna move on from this Tielemans one. Arsenal have kept contact with Tielemans and are encouraged. Our entourage are warming recent months and are convinced that if necessary, that it can be completed. The deal can be completed quickly after the international break, and that Leicester are secretly hoping that they can move up move up 35 million sale for him. I don't think 35 million is going to happen, but that could end up happening, guys.
35 million euros, so it'll be about just under 30 million pounds. Yeah.
What are you saying? Are you taking him?
Tielemans, definitely.
Okay, let's move on from Tielemans. Let's move on to another. If you guys know me, in January, I honestly believed that this man was going to sign for Arsenal. I believed he was going to sign for Arsenal. I believed it was done. I believed 80% that he was done and dusted and he was going to join Arsenal Football Club. Wallahi, I genuinely believed it. Well, you know what ended up happening? He ended up saying some crazy shit to me today. I read this and I was shocked. I was visibly shocked. Dusan Vlahovic said he did not know about Arsenal's offer in January. Maybe my agent knew about the Arsenal offer, but I never talked to him about it. What?
That's cap.
This just shows that we were never in for him.
He's capping. No, he's capping, bro. Come on.
We were never in for him. If this is true, that means we were never in for him. And
you it was all... Bro, the guy's capping. He's saving his ass. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's just...
Gunnar King. I've heard numerous sources, people who are actually in, like, behind the scenes. They've told me from January 1st, when Arsenal knew that this deal was not going to happen, that the media companies were probably running with it because it was the only story that they could actually gain a lot of traction for. So do you believe that, or do you think that could be, because him saying this and people saying that, 2 and 2 together, he might be telling the truth?
Look, we know that the offer that we put financially towards Juventus was towards Fiorentina, was a better offer than the one that was accepted by Juventus. So we actually had a bid accepted first for him by Juventus. So you're telling me that the club, Fiorentina, not Juventus. You're telling me that Fiorentina accepted an offer for the player before Juventus's offer, and his agent didn't inform him. Get out of here. Come on. Like,
okay, so you're saying it's fake news. You know what? News. You make a good case. What about you, Kunle? If you were to, people in the comment section, let us know. Do you think this is fake news or
I don't know, but I mean, I've clashed with some fans about this before. I never thought there was a chance of us signing Vlahovic. So I don't know. This news, it's believable, but just like Gunnar King says, if that's what transpired, we did make a bid to Fiorentina. It'll be surprising for the player to not hear about what we're offering him, to be fair. And it is a good cover-up story for him to make it look like he didn't go he didn't want to always go to Juve. He just wanted to rush the move anyway. So it's a good cover-up story for him, I guess. But I don't know, man. I don't think we were ever going to get Vlahovic in the first place. I'm a bit neutral on this story.
You know, some people believe him. Some people say Gabriel, he's talking shit. At the end of the day, we won't know until we know. Now, on to the next portion of fake news, real news. Guys, do you believe that Arsenal is actually linked to Jarrod Bowen? Arsenal have been linked to a transfer move for West Ham winger Jarrod Bowen. They face the possibility of getting this deal done, and it's a puzzling move because we don't know how this could affect Bukayo Saka's situation, right? The England man is enjoying a breakout season under David Moyes in 2022, scoring 12 goals in 36 games in the Premier League. Now, what is the likelihood of Arsenal signing Jarrod Bowen? That is my question to you, boys.
0, bro. 0. The reason why this just reminds me of the Euros all over again. Every time a player had a decent performance for their country, the next day I saw him linked to Arsenal, bro. Our fan base is it's an explosion for social media, bro. As soon as they hear one link, they erupt. So that's all this was. He had a decent game for England, cameo. I even said it the night before. I bet you we get linked with him the next day. And that's what happens, bro. He's not coming to Arsenal. We're not even interested in the guy, I don't think. He had a great season. That's what I'm saying. Fake. This is fake.
I think there could be interest there, and it doesn't need to spell the end of Saka's career. Last season, he's played a number of games as a false nine when Antonio wasn't fit. He's also played on the left. He can play left, right, centre. Look, as much as we want Saka to be playing 37 games a season, it is not healthy for someone at 20 years old to be playing that many games a season. And now you've got Europe and the other two domestic competitions. We need to be a bit more cutthroat. We need to be a bit more ruthless, a bit more savvy here. If we put the burden of expectation on Saka's shoulders that we did last season, he will burn out sooner. And not only that, he will want to leave. Saka will want to leave because he will be like, why is it my responsibility to carry this football club at 20 years old? We need a squad. We don't need 11 players.
Let me just stop you guys there. Do you believe the second part of this article where they speak about Raphinha also? Because it's not only Bowen. They say we've spoken to Bowen's representatives. That could be true. But him actually coming to Arsenal might not happen. Where Raphinha is the second part of this. This is the interesting part now. But yeah, let's just go to just because M, what are you saying? Because you haven't spoken much on this. What are you saying about Raphinha, Bowen? Yeah.
Both of them.
Nah, I don't see it happen. Especially, I don't think West Ham would actually sell Bowen to us, and if they do, they'd be asking for ridiculous money, like the whole Declan Rice thing, where they're asking for like 150 million. They might ask for like 80, 90 million for Jarrod Bowen, who's had one good season.
He was their player of their season as well. So
yeah. Like,
I mean, that's the reason why I want us to avoid the transfer. I'll say that as well. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah, no one ever heard of Jarrod Bowen before this season, to be fair.
Guys, let me know in the comment section right now. If you had a choice between Jarrod Bowen or Raphinha, personally, I think Raphinha is cheaper and he's a more realistic signing that we can get. So I would go for Raphinha. But who would you take?
Better question.
Raphinha offers you more creativity. Bowen offers you more of a goal threat. And it depends what you want at the end of the day. And that would depend on what striker you get. Do you know what I mean? Are you going to want Raphinha to create for someone like a Jesus and their fellow countrymen as well? Or are you going to want a goal threat and to leverage your whole team? Saka was our biggest goal scorer last season. Are we going to put our eggs in the basket of being very similar to Liverpool and having our main goal threat come from the wider areas?
No, but look, Gunnar, I don't mind the whole bringing in someone to take away the burden of Saka, but I don't think Bowen is a realistic option. I reckon a better question for the comment section would be, who would you prefer, Raphinha or Asensio? Because I reckon they're more likely transfers that can be done this summer than that West Ham situation. And if I had to choose between those two, I'd pick Raphinha.
Okay. Just before we go, let's see what the people in the comments saying. They're saying Raphinha. He's screaming Raphinha. Sorry, Gunnar King, I just need to mute you. It sounds like a robotic noise if you can't hear it. Raphinha, Raphinha is levels above. Raphinha because he's better than Bowen. Some people are saying Anthony over at Ajax. I would rather play Marquinhos on that side. You're funny. Okay, guys, quickly moving on. This is good. I think this is the last one of the real news, fake news portion of the day. Milinkovic-savic. Let me just read this for you guys. Arsenal have tried, are trying to get Milinkovic-savic apparently, right? Over the past. What happened?
Sorry, Nigeria winning 8-0. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Damn. Arsenal have tried have tried to sign Milinkovic-savic in the past, and they are returning now. It would have to reach 60 million euros to get the Serbian to the Premier League. I personally believe if Arsenal were able to get Milinkovic-savic, that would be a statement of intent signing. This is I wouldn't say world class, but this is a player who has the potential to reach world class level throughout the season. At Lazio, he's shown he's one of the best midfielders in the Serie A. If he was to move to the Premier League, this would be a very exciting signing. If we have an opportunity to get this done, we should be biting our hands off. But I don't know how real this is. So that's why it's part of the real news or fake news. You guys let me know. Do you think this is the player, agent, whatever, linking us to Milinkovic-savic? Or do you think there's actually a chance that Arsenal could pull this off? Let me know what you guys think. Boys, what are you saying?
See, I've got an outside theory because there's been I have to connect these dots here, but I think the links are intensifying again with Xhaka, with Roma, and now Leverkusen are apparently showing interest in bringing him back to Germany as well. And I actually think that quietly in the background, we've set a number in our head that we would accept to sell Xhaka. I think Xhaka's outspoken comments after the Newcastle game probably alienated him from the squad and the manager a bit. It's not that he said the wrong things, but he just didn't need to say it in that fashion at that time to the cameras. And also, I just think he's a player that he separates opinion too much, and I think Arsenal will accept the right offer for Xhaka this summer. And I think it's real if we sell Xhaka. If we don't, we will just bring in Tielemans.
You think Xhaka's leaving though?
I think he could leave this summer, yeah.
Ooh, I haven't seen any real reports. What Fabrizio said was the Leverkusen thing, there was no information on that, apparently.
Yeah,
I reckon if the right offer comes in, we'll take it for Xhaka, to be honest. And that changes our whole summer transfer window.
I would keep Xhaka.
I would as well, don't get me wrong. I think as a squad player, I've gone full circle on him, but by the same token, I don't think he's 100% happy. And I think he knows in his head, he's never going to get the armband back, but he is a leader because of what he did. That's never going to go away, what he did with the armband. And I think the appeal of a fresh start will be there for him always, because of how things have happened, panned out in the past.
Unpopular opinion, he's one of the better players in the Premier League, but he doesn't get the respect because our fan base hates him. But yeah, enough about Granit Xhaka. What about Bissouma, boys? Because a lot of people want to talk about Bissouma. Everybody wants to talk about Bissouma. Should Granit Xhaka leave? Wouldn't Bissouma be the number one guy to go for?
Great guy. Bissouma would be awesome, but I just don't think anyone can talk about the boy until they figure out his case situation. And I don't think any clubs are doing enough to go and find out what are the case details. Is he going to bust case or is he not? It's still ongoing. So until that gets sorted out,
just started.
He's not going anywhere. But
yes,
if that gets sorted out, Bissouma's a no-brainer. He's been twerking for Arsenal for 3 years, bro. Bring him. We
could get him signed up to a pre-contract in January once his contract runs out.
No, we wouldn't be able to. We wouldn't be able to because he plays for an English club. You can't do pre-contracts in the same country.
No, we wouldn't be able to agree a pre-contract, but we can discuss with him.
Oh yeah,
this is his last year of his contract. Yeah.
Coming up to his last months. Court case got that. What I ain't even talking about that. Let's just move on. Let's just move on from that. Moving on. Yo, bro, your boy Osimhen. Your boy Osimhen, this is the fakest news I've ever heard in my life. By far, the fakest news I've ever heard in my life.
He just scored a hat trick, by the way. Just to add.
Absolute BS. The biggest BS I've ever heard. But you know what? Since we're on an Arsenal channel and we have to talk about all these things, we're just going to talk about it. This is fake news. I'll tell you guys right now. It's the fakest news you've ever heard. The fakest news you've ever heard. They've made it evidently clear they want close to £100 million. Why on earth Arsenal go and submit a £51 million bid? From an Italian source I've never heard of in my life. Let me show you guys the article. This is what it says. They're saying that Arsenal has had a £51 million bid for Osimhen rejected by Napoli, reports the Italian outlet 2 Minuto. I'm not going to lie. It sounds like a Pokemon. It doesn't sound like an actual journalist. What are you saying?
Oh, man. Like, Osimhen, big up Osimhen with the hat trick today for Nigerian Super Eagles. It'll be great. But 51 million, the reason why the story is believable is it's such an Arsenal type thing to do, bid much less than what they know the club will expect. But I doubt they would have bid 51 million for Osimhen. Like, come on, they might have done it if they had a player add-ons or something like that. But 51 million, they're mocking. I don't think this is real.
Fake news or real news, people?
Fake.
Has to be fake.
I don't know though, because yeah, but sometimes lowballing offers unsettles players and forces them to hand in transfer requests. You know, I think maybe they've gone in low to see what the player's appetite is to force the move, to bring down the price. We're not going to pay 100 million, you know, like, and yes, 51 million is an insult of an offer. But what it does is it lets the player know that the offer's there and that the interest is there. And then does he start clamoring around to Napoli's higher ups and saying, look, you got to make this happen? You know, like, whereas if they've gone in with a higher offer straight away, you know, like, we're not going to, that we kind of shot ourselves in the foot a bit. But yeah, it does seem a bit iffy, but it is an Arsenal thing to do, man. As you said, 40 million and £1 for Suarez. You know what I mean? Like, I'll never live that moment down, man.
Yeah, no, that will forever hurt us. Yo, fake news, right? You don't believe the Osimhen rumors. Is still probably getting his phone charger. Anyways.
Yes, I would say fake. I'd probably veer towards the side of fake, but
okay. Just to let you guys know, apparently Sabitzer is resurfacing information about Sabitzer. So he's currently at Bayern. He barely played. He barely played at Bayern. He barely got game time. He was a bit part player, and rumors are now recirculating. Further transfer developments. Arsenal could be in need of 2 midfielders. Bayern are willing to sell Sabitzer for around 12 million if they receive that. Arsenal are linked with the midfielder for a couple times last season. 12 million pounds, Sabitzer. Sounds like a steal. Now let me just see.
Business.
Now let me just see something, because I seen somewhere else where they said Sabitzer is not for sale. I seen somewhere where they said Sabitzer is not for sale.
I would be surprised after 1 year he'd be on the market.
Yeah. Apparently Sabitzer is not for sale. Fabrizio Romano tweeted this. So this report that came out today has already been poo-pooed a couple months ago by Fabrizio. So it's very unlikely that they would sell the player. And also, how many minutes has he even played this season? He's played 25 games in the Bundesliga, 5 games in the Champions League. So he's played 30 games this season.
How many did he start?
I think this is another fake news. What do you guys think?
Nah, I like the player though. Decent player. If that's the money they'd ask for him, I'd take him. But nah, it's not real.
if you gave me the choice though of paying 12 million for him and 17 million for Asensio, bring me Asensio. He's clear. He's clear.
Asensio. Okay.
Yeah, Asensio.
Yeah. Hard to get my charge, sir.
You think this is fake news?
Sabitzer, quality player. I would take him, but I don't see him leaving Bayern, to be honest. I think he'll try to get into that team next season.
Run.
This was his first season, right?
Yeah, first season.
Yeah, his first season. Yeah.
He played 30 games. Moving on, Leno. Sell or keep Leno?
I'd keep him as a backup.
Sell.
on the comment section. Let me know. Sell or keep Leno. And the reason why I'm asking is if you think Matt Turner is not good enough, then would you sell Leno? Because if Matt Turner is not good enough, I don't really care about the backup goalkeeper personally. I would sell Leno for the good of his own career. He's been a good servant at the club. If he wants to go to Fulham, you can go to Fulham. Just when we play you, put in a couple own goals. That's all I care about.
Yeah, I think it's not just that he's lost his place; it's that his style of playing as a goalkeeper isn't suited to the system that Arteta wants to use. He's not adept at playing the ball out from the back, claiming crosses and commanding his area. And when you're playing a counter-pressing system like we are, your goalkeeper, they're fundamentals for a goalkeeper in that system. So we don't stand to benefit from keeping him. And like you said, he's been a good servant. He is a good shot stopper. He is a good goalkeeper, but he's not the right goalkeeper. So we're better off getting rid of him. He's going to be one of the higher earners because he was one of the more trusted team members. So I honestly feel that the allocation of his wages could go to 2 or 3 other players in addition to the backup goalkeeper that we just brought in.
People are saying sell, too good to be a second choice. I'm not going to lie to you. I like Leno.
I like him. I like him as well.
Leno. And when we played against Aston Villa and everyone was freaking out that Leno was starting over Ramsdale, I'm like, calm down. It's Aston Villa. Like we're going to beat Aston Villa with Leno. Leno's still a really good keeper. And you know what? I wish him all the best. This is a man who plans all the trips for the families, for the teammates. He's actually one of the major captains behind the scenes, and he's a good. He deserves better than sitting on the bench for us. He could be starting at a Champions League team, in my opinion. As a goalkeeper.
There's people in the comments saying Matt Turner is better than Leno. I don't know about that. I think that's very reactionary.
AK's trolling.
Agreed. Yeah, agreed.
AK's trolling today. AK's on a trolling thing today. But there you go. Enough about Leno. Finally, Nuno Tavares. Nuno Tavares might get loaned out to Italy.
Sell.
Nah, man, come on, not sell.
I'd sell him, man. I've seen enough this season. He's one of those players that you can even tell he's got no potential. Just sell him. Sell him now.
Bro, are you sure you weren't one of those people that were saying...
Guys, at one point in the season, people were saying he has the potential to be one of the best left backs in the league. Remember that?
People were saying it's the same level, him and Tierney, I was hearing.
The thing is, I watched several games in the stadium, the Aston Villa, the Palace game, where Tierney was injured. So I've watched him like live, and in those games, he looked confident, he looked competent, and I think he is a confidence player. You know, I think when he got brought in the second half of the season, when Tierney was injured, when Partey got injured, when we had to beat Palace to get top 4 back off Tottenham, and those 3 games. You can't bring a player of that age and that experience level into those high caliber games and expect them to be immediately calibrated. Same happened with the Liverpool games and the cup games. Those games were too soon for him. Is there better out there? Absolutely. But is there a player there? Yes, I think. But he needs a loan away this season, for sure. He needs a loan away.
Adeleke said, "Sell King of Chaos." I'm screaming, man. Said,
you see with Tavares, even going forward, you can't tell me he's even that good. The guy just shoots. When he gets into that final third, the guy decides to shoot. There were times in that Watford game, I think it was at home, when Smith Rowe scored, it was 1-0. Smith Rowe and Aubameyang are open in the box for a tap-in, and this guy decides to do the Ronaldo chop and decides to put it in the stands.
His decision making is very poor in the final third. I'll give you that, but
sure.
But his direct running at players and his dribbling and his trickery, they're very good. Like when he picks up the ball and he drives, there's definitely something there. But I agree with you 100%. It's that last bit after he's picked up the ball and driven into the opposition's final third. It's when he looks up, when he decides to look up, what he sees when he looks up, and the decision he makes when he releases the ball at that point, whether it's shooting or passing, that's where he needs to improve.
Don't get me wrong, Arteta pulling him off at half time doesn't help. Like that's just
but Just like you and Gunnar saying, I believe the two big mistakes for me that Arteta did this season. Three. One of them is obviously how he handled Aubameyang, but the other two was how he handled Lokonga and Tavares. I believe he could have done a little bit more to protect them this season, and that's kind of affected their confidence. So I think for both players, a loan is a good option because I still think there's definitely players in both of them, but they just need to rebuild their confidence, playing some consistent back-to-back games of football without that pressure of being at a big club like Arsenal. So I think maybe even a half-season loan for one of them would be good enough, but they need to build their confidence back. There's players in both
me
of
you
them.
don't have to go, so I'm just gonna say this. Thank you for coming on. Really do appreciate it. If you want to come back on tomorrow, we're gonna be doing a thing tomorrow. But before we go anywhere, I just want to say happy birthday to Thomas Yaqub Pate. Do you think, my guy Yaqub? Happy birthday to him.
Etisem, my Ghanaian people. Etisem.
Big up to him. And is there anything else that we need to discuss today? Because I think we discussed every topic pretty much. The only, even though I took Granit Xhaka off the list because I thought it was going to be too much. Internationals, he absolutely smashed it. Odegaard smashed it. Nothing else to really talk about, guys. Big up to everybody.
No, there is. There's one more thing, Iga.
What?
Nigeria about to win 8-0. Big up the Niger man. Yeah.
Yeah, you see last stream.
Oh, go ahead. Continue.
You see the last stream when we were talking about the whole Arteta's angry about the whole ownership thing.
That was bullshit.
Yeah, that was bullshit because he was on holiday apparently.
Yeah.
The pictures came out that he was on holiday, so I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, so
that's one thing I want to say quickly. Yeah, Arsenal fans, don't believe everything you read. We are the most easily triggered clickbait fan base, on social media, and amongst the journalist circles by a long shot in the Premier League. Just take a lot of what you read with a pinch of salt, because the more you react to it, the more it happens. Just chill.
Okay. Big up to everybody. You guys have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. I got to go right now. I'm going to catch you guys on the flip side. Do me a favor. If you're still watching this and you haven't liked the video, like the goddamn video, people. It's absolutely free and it helps the channel out a lot. Big up Gunnar King for coming on. Gunnar King, if you're available all week, I'm doing these videos during the weekdays. And I'm going to be doing a second video maybe at night with some special guests. So if you ever want to jump on, you can jump on. Always great. Message me on Instagram next time, bro, and then I'll send you the link. And you guys have yourselves a wonderful day. Have you guys a good one. Sorry, Tommy, I couldn't get you on. I seen you were joining, but every time I clicked it, it was just getting disconnected. But you guys have yourself a great day, guys. Peace out.